Hi everybody, Lord Mame again for part 2 of Ghost Ship and the Insanity walkthrough for Mass Effect 2. You can see we picked up right where we left off. I've picked up a bunch of ammunition and then gone straight ahead past the upper level where the collectors were sniping from to pick up some heavy weapon ammo and some additional supplies. Then come around this corner and there's a drop down. You won't be able to come back after this point, so you're stuck in this boss fight. You'll see that I set my squad to cover, but not right up against the cover, against the far wall behind the cover, and you'll see why in a minute when the Praetorian comes out. There'll be two husks that come out the door across the area. You'll have a chance to snipe and kill them before the Praetorian gets into range to shoot at you. Just try to stay behind one of these two pillars here to avoid getting shot. You can usually maneuver around them to finish off the husks if you don't happen to kill them in the first salvo. Shortly after you kill the husks, two drones are going to come out, and you really want to be in a position where your squad can take care of them. I just happened to be caught between the Praetorian and the drones, so I helped them out a little bit and threw some additional fire on them. At this point, you're also going to see the third husk come out and usually charge straight at you or your team, depending on which happens to be closer. So you can see at this point, because of when I had maneuvered all the way over to the left side of the ramp, it forced the Praetorian to go the long way around. It really gives you a lot of time to clean up both the husks and the drones in the area before concentrating now on the Praetorian. Now, killing the Praetorian is fairly basic. Once again, we're trying to stay behind cover and just shooting slightly around to the right, cheating the corner. What you want to do is lure the Praetorian around that pillar, then come back up on top and continue firing at it. You're going to want to move from pillar to pillar on the ramp to avoid the particle beam, but really there's no place where you'll be left out in the open as long as you're not caught as it comes around the corner. You can always retreat a little bit further and out of its line of fire. Every once in a while it will put up its barrier again, just like normal. As long as you're not in the immediate vicinity when that goes off, you'll be fine. This is why I wanted you to set the squad against the wall rather than immediately behind the cover. When the Praetorian comes down to the bottom of the ramp, you'll see that if it happens to do its slam attack when it's near the squad, if they're immediately behind that cover, they will get caught in the area of effect and die. You see there they survive because they're further back against the wall. So continue to fire at it, keep going around the ramp as necessary. Just adjust if it happens to change directions so that you're not caught out in the open, and you should be fine. And you see with those ramps, killing the Praetorian this time is even easier than the first time on the horizon. So again, scour the entire area for ammunition. Very important, because we'll have at least one more very, very large firefight before we're done. You'll see that the first door gets closed, and then Edie will open up the second door for us. When we go into this area, there'll be a number of collector pods on the ground just at the start of the next firefight. And it's very important that when you're maneuvering back and forth, you don't get caught on them if you don't happen to see them on the ground unless you look down. If you get hung up on one of them, it could very easily mean your death. So set your squad further back and then move up to draw out the first wave of abominations. They'll come down, one up the main ramp and one down the side ramp. Just stay here and cover and take them out. You'll want to stay around this corner so that you're protected from the upper right as well as the drones to the upper left. And just kill anything that comes down that ramp. Once the first wave of abominations are done, you can swap to your sniper rifle and try to take out some of the collectors that are up top behind cover. There'll be at least one more abomination that comes down, which you can take out with sniper fire. Then after that, deal with the any drones that are left, and finally the Harbinger. Once you've killed enough of the drones, you can circle around to the right, the far way around the outside of the area. You'll see the ramp on the right-hand side of the screen. That's the safest way to go about it, and the easiest way to tackle the next two waves that spawn as you advance. If you go up the middle ramp, you'll end up in a crossfire, and I don't have to tell you how bad that can be. So, move up on the right-hand side. You'll see me check the radar, and then actually it looks like I'm going to try and kill this Harbinger first, but at this point there's nothing left to shoot at except it, so hey, why not? Another reason to move up around the right hand side, if you happen to be out of sniper rifle ammo, it's easier to get into position where you can attack without opening yourself up to return fire. You'll see as soon as we advance up this right hand side, another couple of collectors will spawn at the top of the ramp, just a Guardian and a drone. The Guardian in this position though is really irritating. It almost forces you to go up the middle unless you wanted to actually shoot at the shield and wear it down, which in the end I end up having to do. There's not enough space between one shield dropping and the next one going up to really get a shot on it at this angle, and it blocks the whole side of the path, so the only way to go about it is to overwhelm the shield with fire and then take out the Guardian behind it. Luckily I did leave the other Harbinger alive. We'll call that intended and a cunning plan on my part. Otherwise, that Guardian, having sat there behind its shield for 5-10 minutes, could have easily changed into another Harbinger. So there, take out the extra Guardian and advance up the right-hand side. I haven't revived my second crewmate because at this point, really, me and Grunt is more than enough to deal with the few collectors that are left. But I do it now because I like being contrary. It's been a while since I've recorded these, so I really should start watching them before I start recording commentary. In any case, all that's left on the radar at this point is the one Harbinger. We're going to continue advancing up the right-hand side until we get a shot and then take it out. I'm not sure if the next wave will spawn with this Harbinger still alive or not, but in either event we're going to end up dealing with at least one more Harbinger before we're done with this particular encounter. You'll see in the background we're already seeing things on the radar starting to spawn in for the next wave. I'm expecting the Scion to be there, but it's not appearing yet. But we do have the next two drones dropping down from above, and there's also going to be a Harbinger spawning almost immediately. As you can see, the Harbinger spawned in as we expected. There's really no time delay at this point, and you can expect that as the plot moves on, that Harbingers are going to spawn in more and more regularly. That's especially the case in the final levels in the collector base, but you'll start to see that happening here as well. You can see there I demonstrate the way to evade the fireballs that the Harbinger throws. Is again a side-to-side motion. It'll track your first motion, and then if you go to the other side, it can't compensate and will just corkscrew around you. And that'll prevent you from being knocked out of cover and hit by other fire. So all that's left is the Scion. Break out your sniper rifle and shoot it in the face because, you know, hey, it's like a piñata with evil inside. Actually, that's not true. Little known fact that Scions, they're really just potpourri. That's why when you kill them, it makes the entire collector base smell better. Yeah, I'm feeling, but there's not really much to say at this point. It's just outside of range to hit me. Just keep plugging away at it until it's dead. This is the second to last encounter in this stage, and the last encounter is really a non-encounter. When you're finally dealt with the Scion, move into this tunnel. You're in the home stretch now. You'll hear Joker come over the comm, tell you to get moving. But immediately afterwards, you'll hear the distinctive groan of husks coming around the corner. And immediately you think, oh yeah, a couple husks, whatever. No, it's 20. So you can stand here and shoot at them and try to kill them, or you can just do this, which will make your life easier. Just run past them. The shuttle's just down this ramp. Avoid the husks and keep moving. You'll be there in no time. Well, I'm Lord Mayhem. This was Ghost Ship Part 2 in the Insanity Walkthrough for Mass Effect 2. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.